Hey guys, welcome to Module 5, breaking necks and cashing checks. So you would have worked really hard so far to basically put the Facebook ads out there, get the customer through your funnel, fill out an application form to work with you, and now it's down to the big part, the sell, where you actually increase your revenue and take the money. Okay, so we want to make sure that you're an absolute boss at this. We want to make sure that by the end of this training that you can easily and effortlessly build rapport and make the sales conversation you have feel very, very natural, and get in the mindset of, look, you're there to help them and help them make a decision. Okay, and you're generally your product you're selling or the service you're selling is going to benefit them massively. So you basically just want to really help them make a decision, get massive clarity and certainty, so that that positions your product or service as a solution to their problems. Okay, we want to make sure that you have tons of confidence when it comes into the sales calls, and you feel confident with this selling technique that I'm going to teach you, and then at the end easily transition into asking for money at the end rather than feeling like a little scumbag used cars salesman. Okay, so I want to make it feel really natural. So we're going to use a little framework to do this. Okay, I call it the RAW framework. So if you haven't already guessed, it's an acronym. Okay, and there's a little worksheet to go with this. So if you're getting a bit stuck with this presentation, then just go on the worksheet, and a lot of the information is on the worksheet too. Okay, so the RAW framework. So again, you want to be a lion, and you want to be the king of the cool. Okay, so what's RAW stand for? So the R is rapport. Okay, so we want to develop really good rapport with the customer. Then O is outcomes. A is actuality, and R is roadblocks. Okay, we're going to deep dive into each part, okay, because each part has little subsections that progresses onto the next part. So for instance, under the R for RAW, the start of RAW, there's different little bit of framework you follow through, and then O, there's a set little framework, same with A, and same with R. Okay, so just bear with me, we're going to go through each one. Alright, so straight in. So rapport. So when you first start the sales call, I usually start with, again, you want to build some good rapport. So I usually start the conversation off really authentically, meaning when I say hey, hi, this is Nico from whatever company it is. How are you? They usually answer, good, how are you? And then I usually tell them the truth. So yeah, I've just been running around, feel a bit rushed off my feet today. I think I've drank too much coffee, but now I'm sat down talking to you. Or I've just finished the workout, it's really intense. Now I'm just sitting here with my protein shake, connecting with you. So again, just be authentic with it, and doing this will open up the conversation like this. Will allow you to be an example of open and honest sharing. So allow the person on the other end to relax, maybe have a little giggle at, again, your enthusiasm, and they can then open up honestly and share with you their real problems. Okay, then what we want to do, okay, is we want to make sure, again, we qualify. So we've qualified the lead already by making them fill out the application form. So now we want to make sure that they have basically read the About Us part of our website or document that we send through to them. And we also want to make sure they've seen some of our testimonials. Okay, if they have read the About Us page on the website and the testimonials, then cool, carry on with the call. But if not, book them back in for kind of a day, 1 day's time, 2 days time, just so, and then just frame it in the way that, look, okay, look, I'll call you back in 2 days time, or I'll call you back tomorrow. Okay, have a read through it, so when we go through the call, we can make the call all about you and progressing forward. Okay, so he puts it back on them. Okay, so you don't want to waste your time, because if they don't know that stuff, then again, they're maybe not as keen, but if they go away and do it, again, they're going to be pretty qualified, and it won't waste your time. Okay, right, so once you qualified them, now all you need to do is outline. So what's going to happen in the call? So you just be like, hey Stacey, so today what we're going to do is we'll go through application form, and then we're going to deep dive into some of those questions. We're going to see where you're currently at in terms of, might be their business or whatever problem you're solving. Then we're going to map out kind of where you want to get to, and any roadblocks that may be stopping you from making that progression. Okay, does that sound cool? They probably say, yeah, that sounds cool. Okay, and then what you want to do is give them a bit of control and say, look, throughout this call, feel free to interject and ask any questions. and then just go on to, look, if it's by the end of the call, it's natural fate, and we feel like you qualify and it's good for either side, then we can proceed with payment and get you moving towards those results. And then just ask, is that cool? All right, so you're outlining the call, you're just being alpha papa in this stage, so setting the agenda for the call, what's going to happen, and it really gives you control. Okay, but then you also give them a little bit of control by saying, hey, at any point, just feel free to ask any questions. Okay, then what you want to do is get them into decision making mode. So rather than them just coming on the phone call or the consultation, whatever it may be, you want them to rather get from a mindset of just gathering data, gathering information, to actually you're there to make a decision and take some action. Okay, so you can just ask this simple question, literally when you first start. So just go, hey, I'd love to know before we get started, why now and why me? Okay, if they don't quite understand that question, try framing it by using the question, why is now the right time for you to make a change, and why did you choose us? Okay, and this will get them going, okay, and then start digging a little bit into what's really going on with them. Okay, and then you basically go, okay, once they've talked through that a little bit, then what you want to do is then just try and get an overview of their problems they're facing. Okay, like you're there at the end of the day, and your product serves as the solution to their problems. So you have to hear their problems out. Okay, so you went, hey, let's say, hey Stacey, I read through your questionnaire. Thank you for sending that in. Why don't you start off by telling me a little bit about your business, wherever it may be, your situation in terms of your business, money, health, wherever it may be, what they're trying to achieve, and just say, hey, look, let's imagine you give me a massive bird's eye view of everything that's going on. I just want you to tell me everything, and just be very relaxed with it, and they'll just, again, comfortably just start telling you all their kind of problems with things. Okay, when they start going, hey, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about this, start digging in a little bit of pain too. So you want to kind of elicit some emotion to go with it, to make them the realization that, look, this is a painful problem they're going through, and they're there because they want a solution to these painful problems. It's very hard to make a sell if they think their problem isn't that bad and they're just moving towards a goal. Whereas if you bridge the gap between, again, where they currently are and how far they've got to get to, then their desire is going to be much greater. Okay, so once they say kind of like dig into their problems, just ask them the questions. How does that make you feel? And just kind of open into those kind of questions, and they'll open up and say, oh, terrible, I don't like this, and just keep digging in. Okay, and then once you've kind of gone through quite a few of their problems, so maybe go, hey, so it sounds to me like XYZ is your biggest challenge. Is there anything else? And then they go, so this will get them to go, okay, this will agree in their head. They go, oh yeah, that's the problems, yep. Or they'll go no, and then they'll talk a bit more about what their real problems are. Okay, so sometimes instead of asking them just because, so maybe they told you already what their problems are, so I just say to them, so your biggest challenge maybe is attracting clients, okay, and getting clear on a marketing plan. Gotcha. Okay, then you want to, like I said, pause, get them to say yes, and understand what's really going on. All right, so you want to go through these little parts in the R section, so rapport building section. So just summarize. So you want to qualify the lead, like I said at the start, qualify them. That's through asking if they've read the testimonial page and your About You page. And then you want to outline the call and be alpha papa and set the agenda. Then you want to get the person in decision-making mode, so they're there to make a decision, take action, rather than just gather information. And then basically you want to get a big overview of what's their current problems and the frustrations and fears they're facing. And then you want to kind of dig in a little bit into that, kind of stick a knife in and twist it to get some emotion out of it by just asking, kind of deep diving in with those kind of questions like, how does that make you feel? And just keep diving into their problems. Okay? And then, so the next one, the framework, we said, is the outcomes. So we want to know exactly where this person wants to get to and what they want to achieve. Okay? So, outcomes. So this kind of thing with outcomes, they're goals. Okay, so basically really easily, just go, hey, what would you like to happen 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, say you joined our program as a result of working together. So make it really, really easy. Go, look, so let's pretend we're having this conversation 6 months from now. what would you be super happy with in terms of, let's say, your business, money, health, relationships, and then basically go through the different categories, and then basically deep dive and paint a really big picture of exactly what they want to get to. So sometimes, again, they say, okay, I want to get to this money. Okay, then you want to uncover the purposes why they want more money. Okay, so again, money's just bits of paper at the end of the day, but it's what, again, the money can get you. Again, in terms of freedom, confidence, time, and yeah, so dive into those kind of questions. Okay, and then you want to basically frame it so after what do you want to achieve kind of 3, 6, 12 months from now. So, and then just say to them, hey, I mean tangibly, what do you want to see show up in your business, or whatever, so whatever you're trying to help them with. Okay, and then get them to say kind of what would you be super happy with in terms of that you go, hey, I'm a success, I'm super happy, this works, this has been a good investment for me, my money and my resources. And then what you want to do is basically just keep deep diving into them a little bit more. Go through those categories that I just said, like health, money, their business goals, relationship goals, whatever it may be that you kind of sell. Okay, and then basically you want to reframe it back to them and just repeat what they said back to them, just so they get an understanding with it. So you maybe list all the things that you said to them. So you want to take some notes of all the things they said to you, and then just write back to them. Does this sound about right? And they'll probably go, yeah, that's spot on. Or they'll go, actually, I want to do this, this, and this as well. Okay, so you just want to get them to agree in their head that this is where you want to get to. So you want to be like, hey, you want to get them to say, yep, that's it, that's what I want, and be quite excited about it. Okay, and then there's another little NLP trick you can do here, to basically get them certainty with exactly where they want to get to. Again, people don't want to be uncertain with things. They want to make sure they feel that I can get this 100%, and that's the frame of mind you want to get them into. That, look, join your product or having your service is going to get rid of my problems and get me to these goals. Okay. So what you can do, let's say someone wants to, let's say working with a female in the fitness industry and she wants to get to a size 10. You may go, hey Barbara, okay, I want you to imagine you join our program. Okay, it's 6 months from today. So let's say it's the 1st of January. Okay, you've been training it's 3 times a week, or you outline how your model is. Okay, so we have two calls a week. You're instinctive nutrition, doing the training. Okay, it's now January the 1st. You wake up in the morning, you walk over to the mirror. You're now a size 10. How does it feel? Okay, and then they'll basically in their head, they'll pretend in their head, they'll look in the mirror they normally look into, and they'll see all the changes to go, oh wow, I feel amazing, and ask them to build in the imagery a bit more. So how do your legs look? How does your tummy look? And they'll answer, describe it to you, and then how do your arms look? And turn around, how does your back muscles look? How's your face looking? How does it feel when you see yourself like this? And then you want to put a few other visual and auditory senses in. So what do people say to you when they see you like this? So then she hears people giving her compliments or whatever it may be. And then what can this allow you to do? And they might say, hey, I can go socialize more, or I can wear any clothes I want. Okay, so basically you want to get them in the mindset of stepping into themselves 6 months from now, having already achieved those goals. Okay, so you could say, look, 6 months from now, let's say it's January the 1st, where it may be. Okay, you go to the bank, you put your PIN in, and you see in your account there's X, Y, Z, or you see on your payslip, look, there's this much money coming in. How does it make you feel? Okay, so then again, they're going to start listening to some emotions, and then ask them kind of, how's your confidence? And then what are you able to do now? And then they can start talking through that, and then go, oh, how's your health? So then talking to get a little more money. Again, they might go, hey, I've actually started exercising too. Then you might say, how's your relationship with people? And they say, look, it's better with my spouse, my husband, my wife, because now I have more money and freedom, so we can go buy that house we've always wanted, or we can go do some adventure they've always wanted to do, or whatever it may be. We can go traveling. Okay, so again, it's you want to basically use all the senses. So what does it look like? What does it sound like? What can you do? How's your confidence? How does it feel? And then can you add in what does the smells that are around you? So for instance, they say they go on holiday and go, what can you kind of smell? And then they'll start again visualizing what it smells like. So again, you can really program this in. So it's like, look, you've already been there in your head. All you need to do now is set the little steps in place, and that's exactly what our program does. Okay, and then what you want to do from there, okay, so now they're really certain, and you basically want to answer questions. You want to go, is this where you want to get to? They're probably like 100%. Okay, and then ask them, how certain are you that you can get there? Okay, using this program, they'll probably go, I'm certain, I can do it, and they'll probably feel really hyped up by this. Okay, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, that's fine. It takes a little bit of practice. However, it's very powerful when you do it. Okay, because it does get that clarity and that certainty which people need to be able to progress. Okay, so once you've done that, okay, we want to go into the A, so the actuality. So the raw framework we've gone through so far is rapport, outcomes, and now we're going to actuality. Okay, and where they actually are right now. So you just go, hey, you've already touched on this a little bit to start with anyway. When you get a bird's eye view, you just go, hey, how different are things now to what all those amazing things you just told me? And I'll start saying some of the things they've already said to you already. And then what you want to do basically is go get them in the mindset of, look, they're really excited about their goals already, okay, and where they can get to and the reasons they want to get there. So for instance, like I said, the more time they have, the more confidence they're going to have, the freedom, better health, relationships with people, whatever it may be. So they've got all those amazing things planned out there. So there's loads of juicy purposes to get there. So now what you need to do is get in the mindset of, look, what happens if you don't do this? Okay, and make them really bad. So what's the cost of you not doing these? So you could say, look, what's going to happen, look, if you carry on the same way you are and don't take action and make a change? Okay, in terms of your business, what's going to happen? Okay, and they're probably going to go, oh, it's probably going to get worse. I'm still being the same struggles I have now. And then just dig in. Okay, so what happens if you're still going to be struggling? And then they're going to dig in. Well, my relationship with my wife or my husband isn't going to be as good. I'm not going to see my kids as much. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And then you want to keep digging in into each one. So the cost literally is do or die. Okay, and look, once they've got the purposes of, look, really exciting ones, now you want to go, look, I've got all these purposes because if I miss out on this is how shit things can get. Okay, so what's the cost of you not doing this in terms of your relationship with your kids? And then dig in, and what's going to happen if that gets worse? And they go, okay, the kid's going to fall out with me. I'm not going to provide the life for them that I want. And then dig in a bit more. So what's going to happen to them? Again, they may fall off the wagon. Again, allow them to dig in their head. Try not to be too manipulative with this, but allow them to dig in their head and create the reality of them not kind of taking action and making a change with it. Okay, because this is really, really powerful stuff. So once you've done this, okay, so really dig in, and they'll probably feel right now like, I've got to do this. This is something I have to do because it's do or die, and the possibilities of all the stuff I can achieve is so exciting. So the purposes are the real emotion behind getting them to where they need to be. And once you've got the certainty too, then that's a winning formula. Okay, so right, so now roadblocks. Okay, and I go, okay, look, so what now is the main thing that's stopping you progressing to all those amazing goals you mapped out earlier? And then they go, hey, it's lack of time, or it's lack of resources. They might speak about a few resources they have, or it may be I can't do this, I can't do that. Okay, whatever it may be, maybe like one or two things that they're struggling with. Go, hey, that's amazing. Look, these little things you just said, these roadblocks in your way. I know when you join the program, these are something we can work on together, and I 100% know we can work through them together. Okay, so just assure them that this is something you've been through before, and this is something you can really help them overcome. Okay, so then you want to basically go, look. So once you're done through the roadblocks, basically you want to be able to transition into the money part. Okay, so you want to transition the money part without being a bit sleazy. Okay, so look, before you do that, you may want to talk about the program a little bit. So go, hey, so once you've done the roadblocks, talk about the program a little bit. So say, look, I can definitely help with that on all these goals. This is what I do all day long. I'm very good at what I do, and I have the best program for you. Look, people want to buy the best. So look, my program is this program, whatever it is or service you're selling, is the best program for you because XYZ. Okay, I'm the best person to work with you because of XYZ, and this is what my company stands for, and we pride ourselves on XYZ. Okay, so you're just making yourself out to be the best. Don't be humble here. Okay, they're gonna strive. They're gonna again take action on your confidence at being the best, and this program being the best for them and their solution to their problems. Okay. So what you can do now. So once you talk about the program a little bit, and like I said, go through again those 3 things: why the program's the best, why the best person for them, and what your company stands for, and what you stand for. Then what you can do is go, look, I've been doing a lot of the question asking this call or this throughout this meeting. Okay, so now we're going to switch roles. Okay, and you're going to be the asker. Okay, where do you think we should go from here? Okay, then they'll probably go, oh, usually I either probably ask 1 or 2 questions that ask number 1 more about the program and things like that, and what benefits, all that kind of stuff. And number 2, they may ask, they'll probably ask about the price. And when they ask about the price, it can very easy and effortlessly you can go, look, so for the 3-month program or 6-month program, whatever it may be, to do this, and then put it at kind of a slightly higher amount. Okay, so you want to stack some value up now. So look, you can go, hey, look, for let's say the Eliminator program, it is £4,000. On top of the online membership site, it's an extra £300 plus 2 weekly calls. That's an extra a month over the 6-month period, whatever, or 3-month period, whatever it may be. That's worth 1,200, whatever it may be. Okay, so you stack up the value. So in total, this works out as this. And then just go, look, however, because you're on the call today, and I know it can really make some good progress with you, we're gonna drop the price down to X, Y, Z. So let's say your 6-month program costs 6K. Okay, you basically want to give them an incentive to pay in full. So look, it's either £6,000 for a 6-month program, or it's £5,000 if you pay up front. Okay, and if you pay the £6,000, it will be £1,000 a month for 6 months. Okay, whereas you save yourself £1,000 by paying £5,000 here today. Okay, so you want to put a little squeeze on them and say, look, this only applies from today. So look, if you make the payment today, then this offer stands. Okay, then you may want to even chuck in a limiter deal. So look, on top of this, for today only, okay, for the next 24 hours, if you make the decision and join the program, then you're going to receive this extra fast track call, which is valued at £200 or whatever it may be. Put in like a little call, high value, and make them really want it. Okay, so look, for today, if you take action today, then look, it'll only be like £1,000 off, plus you get this quick time call. Okay, so put a little pressure on them and don't speak until they have. Okay, so again, you're switching roles and getting them to really get in decision-making mode. Okay, so now, once you've done that, okay, then it comes down to handling objections. So an objection for them is just a complaint at the end of the day. Okay, so you've got to just close off each complaint, and we have a great way of doing that. So a lot of time, it will be kind of money, or they'll just be unsure with things. Okay, so hopefully they won't be too unsure, but if they are, then what you want to do again is always flip back to, look, this is why it's the best program for you. It can really help you, and here's why it's the best. Here's why I'm the best for you, and here's what the company stands for. Keep reverting back to that every time. Okay. So you may, or they may go, hey, I need to think about it, which is kind of what a lot of people do. So just go kind of, look, no problem. I know it's like kind of a big investment. You may want to have a sleep with it, have a chat with your spouse about it, and then just go, look, I only have 3 spaces left in this program, and I have, let's say, 10 sales calls over the next 5 days, and I 100% know that they'll be gone by then. Okay, so here's what I recommend you do. So go home again, chat about it with your husband, your wife, your spouse, pray to God, think about it, and what I can do is give you a call within the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay, look, If they do that, then they're still pretty keen. Okay, and then in the meantime, just follow them up with some testimonials via email and text and stuff like that to get a bit more clarity in their head. Okay, so it's fine for people to think about it. Ideally, you want to make the payment over the phone where you can, or there and then. But if they need an extra day, sometimes that's fine because it is a big investment. And just be empathetic with that and just go, look, I know it's a big investment, but I'd hate for you to miss out. We've only got this amount of places, and we've got this many meetings booked, and we only have this. Yeah, so make it limited. So again, you put the squeeze on there, be like, crap, I don't want to miss out, don't want to miss out, don't miss out. If they say they want to rebook for calling you in 2 weeks' time, they're probably full of shit. So just know then they're probably not going to follow through. But if they kind of call back, they get a call back kind of within the next day, next 24 hours or 48 hours, then you know there's something to be good. And like I said, put that little quick start call in there or a special juicy offer in there, and that'll give them a bit more incentive to take action now and make a quick decision. Okay, and just say, look, we love one thing you do as well, which works quite well, is go, look, in the past that the action takers are the ones that usually, through my experience, get the best results because they're the ones that take the action. They take the action to get the results. Okay, and they go, look, because I know you're an action taker, I'm going to put this quick start call as a bonus in there today. Usually it's priced at £200, but because if you take action now, okay, and make payment today, then I'll give you this special offer. Okay, so give them kind of a fast action taker bonus. So it gives them more incentive to take the action that you want. Okay, another one that is a big thing is 9 times out of 10 is the price. Okay, and you're going to get this on most programs. Okay, so you can just go, look, when they say, hey, I can't, I've got to think through my money, I've got to see if I can afford it, or money's the real issue. Go, look, I get it, Stacey, here's what I know about money. You know, whenever people want to say they want to go to a trip to Italy or they want to buy a big screen TV, then somehow they find the money. When the pressure's on, I don't know how they do it, it just happens, and again, you'll find the money to do it. If there's something you really want to do, and it's something that's a must, it happens. Okay, sometimes you have to look over it, you have to move money from one account to the other, you have to use a credit card, get it out a loan, ask Uncle Bob, but you find a way to make the money. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing I know about money is this is something that I've been teaching people for years, and this is really how life works. Most people say, look, when I have the money, I will do X, Y, Z. When the kids go back to school, when I have more time, I'll start my career. When I lose weight, then I'll attract more girls. Again, it doesn't, life works very differently to this. Okay, so here's how life works. Okay, so number one, you make a decision. You are literally yielding the power to create your life with every decision you make. A decision to procrastinate is still a decision. Okay, a decision to allow your emotions, your fear to make your decisions for you is still a decision. So you decide to do it or not to do it. That's the key. You decide. Okay, and in Latin that means to kill off all opportunities. Okay, the second step is to commit. So let's say you know you want to go on a trip to Italy. What you have to do first is commit to it. So you purchase the plane ticket and then you go. Okay, is you commit. Okay, so once you've done that, you commit to it. Then the third step is expansion on your vision and achieving the results that you require. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so then what you'll do is basically talk through a little case study of someone that maybe didn't have money, and was struggling to find money in the same position as you, and then achieved amazing results or got this outcome. So look, Tiffany, look, she had to get she wanted to join a program. She knew it was right for her and it's the right time, and she had very similar problems to you, and just say maybe frame them as if they're the same profession or whatever it may be with yourself as your client, and then basically just say, look, she had this problem, that X, Y, Z, okay, and she struggled to find money, but look, I said I call her back in a day's time, and what she did was increase her credit limit. She got a credit card out, paid it on credit card, and the next 30 days she had the fully paid out and acquired 15k in those few days. Okay, is what actually happened to one of my clients. Okay, they put it all on credit card, and it's one of the best things they ever did. Okay, and then you want to revert back to, oh, look, this is the best program because of this. I'm the best person to work with because of this, and my company stands for this. And then all you're doing basically, rather than forcing them, is basically just helping them in decision making every time. So look, think you had this, think you had this. Look, I'll hold your hand 100% of the way, and I know we can make some great progress together. What do you say? Okay, and if they're not, again, keen, go, look, I know what you're thinking, you're scared of this, scared of this, scared of this. However, I know you can achieve this. This is the best program. I know I can help you 100% of the way. Hold your hand, and look, let's make some amazing progress and take your business, your money, your health, your finances, whatever it may be, to next levels. What do you say? Okay, so you're being very, very casual with it and just transitioning very freely into it rather than putting a real hard sell on. Just look, you're just trying to make them come to the decision, and it's your job to help them get there, because at the end of the day, you're going to help them solve their problems. Okay? Right, so this training can also be found on the worksheet. So if you're struggling, go through the training again, and just kind of write down and go through the raw framework for yourself, and maybe write up a little sales script too. Okay, at the end of the day, when I'm working with people, once I know the framework, I don't really copy a script. Okay, I gave you an example script in the worksheet. However, you wanna listen, okay, and you wanna interact with the person according to what they're saying, okay, and do what feels freely and naturally, okay. And remember, you want to relax in the sales call. They're gonna feel your heat and your stress. If you're stressing about money, and if you're stressing about whether or not they're gonna buy, and you're unconfident in the sell, then you're going to struggle to make the sell, because they're going to feel that, and they're not going to feel your confidence behind it. So when you're saying, look, this is the best program, I'm the best person for you, and this is what my company stands for, and then just keep going, look, I'll hold your hand 100% of the way, look, I know you can do this, I've had help tons of people through this before, and they've achieved X, Y, Z results, and it's one of the best things I've ever done. Okay, and look, I know you can get there too. What do you say? So again, you're just helping them through it. All right. So work through this training, work through the workshop training, and yeah, increase those sales. Any questions you may have or things you're struggling with, let me know, and I'll answer it in the Q&A sessions. Okay. Right. Get selling. Make that money. Roll it in.